What's good? It's your boy JayThat'sMe. Let's discuss AEW Dynamite for August the 2nd, 2023. The 200th episode of AEW Dynamite. Pretty okay show for the most part. Nothing too spectacular happened outside of the MJF and Adam Cole stuff. That was great there. Before we get into the review, let's talk about the Elite re-signing with AEW for a quick second. So, the Elite re-signed with AEW. They signed a multi-year deal with the promotion, so it does make sense. I don't think that they would have gone to WWE, if we're being honest. I just don't. Kenny Omega is on his last leg, if we're being honest. The way he looks like he's on his last leg. I give him, at best, 2 to 3 years left, and then he'll transition into a more backstage producer type role. Same thing with the Bucks as well. Hangman is still relatively young. I think he's just 30 even. So I could see him, sticking around in AEW, and then possibly after he finishes up his contract, he might go to WWE, maybe. I don't know. I mean, he's still fairly young. He's just 30 even, like I said. But definitely the Bucks and Omega, they're on their last legs. Hangman, he's still young, So, good call on them for re-signing with AEW. And if they would have went to WWE, this would have been the nail in the coffin for AEW. Even though AEW has CM Punk and FTR, still, without the Elite, there would be no AEW. So, there's that. That's just facts. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the review. So, we kicked the show off with the first match of the night, that being Chris Jericho and Tanosuke Takeshita versus Sammy Guevara and Daniel Garcia. Pretty good little match here. Don Callis gets involved towards the end. He hits Sammy with Chris Jericho's bat. Chris Jericho mouths some stuff to Don Callis. Jericho slides in for the cover. 1, 2, 3. So Jericho was conflicted in this situation here, which makes sense. I do like this. Very smart move here. I do think that Chris Jericho probably will end up joining the Don Callis Society, though. It makes sense. Like, the JAS has been one of the worst factions Chris Jericho has been a part of since his time in AEW. Even the Pinnacle and the Inner Circle were better. Than the JAS, if we're being honest. But I do like the Jericho and Don Callis, being conflicted, especially Chris Jericho being conflicted, kind of shocked, kind of taken back by it. Moving on. So, Tony Khan is backstage. He noted the AEW 200th episode and spoke all about All In approaching. He thanked the wrestlers and the staff, and then he showed us a video package of all the moments that have happened in AEW thus far. Really good video package there. Really good stuff there. Tony Khan, that guy didn't blink at all. Not once. I guess he's on that sugar booger. I guess. Holy shit. Moving on. So Chris Jericho is backstage with Renee Paquette. So Renee tried to ask Chris Jericho a question about what happened. Then Matt Bernard showed up, the fat guy from 2.0. He said that there's going to be a mandatory meeting of the JAS next week. So this makes sense. So Jericho will be forced to make his decision next week, and this should be interesting. It really, really should. So this is something that I'm looking forward to. And again, I'm really hoping that Chris Jericho does join the Don Callis family. That would make perfect sense. Because 2.0 is just, not 2.0, damn. But the JAS, they're not going anywhere. Moving on. So, Tony Schiavone, he was in the ring with Jack Perry. I still don't like his classical theme. I hate that shit. He needs to kind of change it. I mean, I like Beethoven, but come on, dude. Jack Perry, come on, man. Just give him like some 1990s rock music, I guess. I don't know. So Jack Perry took the mic from Tony Schiavone and said that he gave Jerry Lynn a week to get ready and told him to come out and take his ass kicking like a man. So Jerry Lynn, he then comes out. Jerry Lynn said Jack Perry doesn't run the show. Jerry Lynn said he'd love to make an example out of Jack Perry, but it would be child abuse. That was funny right there. Jerry Lynn said he doesn't run the show either, nor would a doctor clear him due to all the neck issues he's had and all the bolts and screws he's had. So Jerry Lynn said that he called a good friend of his who wrestled in ECW and still wrestles today. The fans chant Rob Van Dam. So Rob Van Dam makes his entrance to Pantera's Walk. Got a really good reaction from the crowd. Great stuff. So Jack Perry dipped out. And then RVD did his thumb point. The crowd chanted RVD. Jack Perry then returned. He swung a chair at RVD. He ducked it. RVD threw a spin kick. Jack Perry ducked. And then Jack Perry left the ring and hopped through the barricade and put a young girl in front of him as a shield while he sat in front for a moment before making his exit. So that was pretty cool there. I enjoyed that. Again, with the rules, certain guys can do what they want, that being the Elite, Jack Perry, Hook, all of AEW's top guys, CM Punk, FTR, Moxley, all those motherfuckers break the rules when they want to, and they all do it. They all do it, knowing good and damn well you're not supposed to go into the crowd. Oh, man. Moving on. So we get a video package on the AEW Women's Championship match with comments from Toni Storm and Hikaru Shida. That was okay there. Moving on. The triple threat anything goes match. Oh, boy. This was a spot fest, basically. Jon Moxley, Penta, and Trent Beretta. Basically, a spot fest everywhere. Tables, steel chairs. If you've seen one hardcore match, you've seen them all in AEW. Trash cans everywhere. Barbed wire everywhere. Everyone goes freaking crazy. Penta in the middle of the match did a pile driver. Well, he did a Canadian Destroyer through the table on the outside, which led to a commercial break. Towards the end of the match, Moxley hit a paradigm shift on some thumbtacks. Trent Beretta then hit a knee strike on Moxley, and then he pinned Pentagon Jr., which made 0 sense, which was stupid. I feel bad for Moxley for losing. So post-match was good here. So Moxley then put Trent Beretta in a chokehold, which I thought was illegal. And then Claudio and Wheeler Yuta, they came out to the crowd. Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor cut them off. They had a brawl with them. And the Blackpool Combat Club got the better of Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor. So Chuck Taylor took the mic and challenged the Blackpool Combat Club to face him, and Orange Cassidy and Trent Beretta in a parking lot at Daily's Place in Jacksonville on Rampage. Oh, boy. Oof. Just stupid. Just absolutely dumb. This is going to be on Rampage. Still not going to watch. Moving on. So we see footage of FTR beating MJF and Adam Cole to retain the AEW Tag Team Championships on Collision. Followed by MJF not choosing to hit Adam Cole with a chair from behind. Moving on. So Renee Paquette once again is backstage with RVD, who challenged Jack Perry to defend the FTW Championship against him next week. RVD said he's inflated the value of the titles, and then just retired them. He said it depends on how much fun he has next week. So, okay. Makes sense. I'm glad we're getting this next week and not at All Out. That makes perfect sense. I mean, you got to realize, RVD is 52 years old. And I love RVD. RVD is the man. He's the fucking shit. But this isn't the 90s. This isn't the early to mid 2000s anymore. No. Even when RVD was in Impact, I believe that was back in, 2018, 2019, when he was back in Impact then. Even then, he was struggling to go then. So, yeah. RVD doesn't have it like he used to. Like, RVD is truly banged up. Like, he could barely walk when he came out. He could barely walk. He's showing me, like, Matt Hardy type of walking, if we're being honest, man. Like, he can barely walk. Like, he was wobbling out there, man. Next, we get a really good promo segment from MJF. So, MJF recalled that he has ADD. So, he said that he wishes his teachers felt that way. He also spoke about having rejection-sensitive disorder, which is an actual real disorder. I looked it up. I Googled it and everything. It is a legit it's a legit disorder. It really is. He said he can't regulate rejection based on emotions or behaviors. MJF said he's been bullied, abused, and cheated on, lied to, battered, and beaten up. He said he blacked out a lot of it. But he still remembers the day when that handful of kids threw cards at him as hard as they could and called him a Jew boy while telling him to pick them up. MJF said it's easy to be booed, but he struggles to open up and be vulnerable. He said the people made it easy so he can. So that he can. He said they had sympathy for the devil. MJF said that he's still a scumbag, but he's not ready to be your scumbag. The crowd chanted that, your scumbag. That was great. MJF smiled and laughed. MJF credited Adam Cole for teaching him that living with hate in your heart is no way to live, and showing him that even he deserves a friend. MJF introduced Adam Cole as someone who considers to be one of the best wrestlers and the best human beings in the world. Adam Cole walks out. Adam Cole gets on the mic and told MJF that he continues to impress him every day. Adam Cole said he's one of the best wrestlers in the world at a young age, and said he's also impressed by the man MJF is becoming. Adam Cole said MJF's not alone. Adam Cole said he was a jerk for years because he thought that's what he had to do to succeed, and it took him years to figure out what a man should be. Adam Cole said said the people love MJF because they know deep down in MJF's heart and soul there's a good guy there. Adam Cole said he and the fans are incredibly proud of MJF MJF said he enjoyed Adam Cole performing verbal fellatio on him, then recalled the fans telling him he's still a scumbag. MJF recalled telling Adam Cole that he would give him a shot at the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, regardless of whether they won or lost the AEW tag team match. So, MJF said MJF said Adam Cole doesn't deserve a match. MJF followed up by saying Adam Cole doesn't deserve just any match. MJF put out a contract folder and said Adam Cole deserves to face him in the main event of Wembley, of All In at Wembley Stadium. MJF said there's no one he'd love to make history with more than Adam Cole, and told him to sign the contract. So Adam Cole just immediately signed it. He didn't read it or anything, which is quite suspicious to me. Adam Cole told MJF that he loves him. MJF told Adam Cole that he loves him too. And then MJF and Adam Cole, they hug. MJF told Adam Cole that he's obviously going to win. And they both posed on the ropes. That was really a really long segment, but it was good nonetheless. So backstage, Roderick Strong is throwing a neck brace. He threw a fit. He threw various objects on the interview set. Then, the most two useless men in wrestling, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett, showed up. Matt Taven said Cole always forgets about his real friends. And then Taven and Mike Bennett walked away while Roderick Strong was seething. And this was absolutely stupid. I didn't like it, but I get it, though. It does make sense. And I think maybe the reason why Roddy went insane was because probably he knows the contract that MJF put together. Maybe it could be something along the lines of, well, hey, if MJF loses, if Adam Cole loses to MJF, he can no longer fight for the title ever again. Challenge for the title ever again. So that very well could happen there. Interesting stuff there. A little long with the segment, but it is what it is. I wanted to throw my fucking television with this shit that came up next. The Elite versus Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, and Satnam Singh. Oh, God. I didn't even watch this match. I'm not going to hold you guys up. I saw the last maybe 45 seconds of the match. So, towards the end of the match, Jeff Jarrett brought in a guitar. Omega ducks it. Adam Hangman Page shows up. He hits Jeff Jarrett with a buckshot lariat. Then Jay Lethal picked up the guitar. Kenny Omega, he blasted Lethal with a V-trigger. And then he hit the one-wing angel before playing the guitar. So, thankfully it was over. So, they start playing the guitar. Then Kenny Omega said that Hangman Page had something to say. And it's been on his mind for a while. So, Hangman Page said that the Elite re-signed with AEW. He said they were happy to be there for Dynamite 200. And here's to the next 200. Then Omega gets on the mic and says whether it's Rampage, Ring of Honor, Dynamite, and even Collision, the fans will be seeing more of his. Okay, that's fine, but we didn't need that. We already knew that they were going to sign anyway. Then we got a really good video package featuring Swerve Strickland and AR Fox. So, AR Fox said that he and Darby were so close. Why didn't Darby call him when he got signed to AEW 5 years ago? AR Fox said Darby didn't say a word to him for 5 years. AR Fox said he'll take everything away he gave Darby Allin, Prince Nana said he would get it back in blood. Swerve said they take care of ours, and then spoke about a movie he just made. So then we see Swerve and company showing up to Buddy Wayne's wrestling academy in the Wayne family's garage. So Nick Wayne was there training another wrestler. They had some words, and then AR Fox and Swerve beat the shit out of Nick Wayne and the other guys. So Swerve busted open Nick Wayne pretty bad with a piece of glass. And we see a photo of a younger Nick Wayne with his late father. So they forced Nick Wayne to call Darby, which he does. And then Darby does pick up. He thinks it's Nick, but Swerve said that they're the ghost of Darby's past and they're going to haunt him. And then AR Fox threw his skateboard out the window. So this was great here. I love that. Really, really good shit there. Excellent stuff. Excellent. Absolutely good. This is great. This was magnificent. Tremendous stuff there. Next, Aussie Open versus Commander and Vikingo. So Aussie Open gets the win here. This was just a typical work rate match. Really good stuff here, though. I didn't too much care about it, though. Aussie Open got the win when they hit their finisher for the 1, 2, 3. Why are we getting Ring of Honor stuff on television? Why? It makes zero sense. And then the main event, Toni Storm versus Hikaru Shida for the AEW Women's Championship. Hikaru Shida gets the win via a roll-up. And who really cares? It's not all that important. Like, no one gives a shit. You know? Who cares? Tony Khan was just doing that just to shut up everyone about what happened last week with Britt Baker and Taya Valkyrie. Like, we knew that was coming anyway. Like, who cares? Toni Storm has done jack shit with the AEW Women's Championship. It's not important. You know, who cares? Hopefully we see Mercedes Moné show up at All Out, hopefully. Hopefully. Maybe that's where things are leading. I don't know. But it is what it is. But Dynamite was okay. I dug the Chris Jericho, Don Callis stuff. That was great. The MJF, Adam Cole stuff was great as well. Other than that, this show was just run-of-the-mill. It was okay in spurts, but that was it. What did you guys think? Please hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe for my videos. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.